Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon, as we get ready for UCC baseball coming up here on Riverhawks TV. Coming up today, it's a doubleheader in the South region between your Umpqua Riverhawks and the visiting Clackamas Cougars. We're hitting the stretch run of the season, just a few more weeks left to go, and it's down to crunch time as teams try to punch their ticket to the postseason. The Umpqua Riverhawks right now in position for a lot of different things. The South Region title not out of reach, although they will need some help to get there. Hosting a Super Regional also still within play for the Riverhawks. We've got plenty left to go on this season with plenty left to be decided, and we should be in for an exciting finish to this 2026 campaign. It's great to have you with us here as we get ready for baseball on Riverhawks TV. I'm Joey Keeran. Great to be back here behind the mic with you for yet another doubleheader. Going to be my final time here during the regular season, and looking forward to today's matchup as the Riverhawks host the Cougars. If the Riverhawks do get a chance to host a Super Regional here at Champion Car Wash Field coming up in the later on in the season, there's a good chance I could be back here with you to call a couple more games. So looking forward to that possibility down the line. But today we've got a big one. The Umpqua Riverhawks coming in after about 12 days off. They haven't played since April 10th, I believe it was, if I'm remembering now correctly, after looking at the schedule earlier today. It's been 12 days since they last played. They were taking on Chemeketa. They ended up splitting a series at Chemeketa. 4-3, they lost game one, won game two, 3-2. So it's been a long layoff for the Riverhawks. They'll look to try and knock the rust off here today as they take on a Cougars squad that has lost its last 8 games. We'll break down the matchup a little bit more as we continue on, but right now it's time for our national anthem here at the ballpark, and we'll have a look at your starting lineups here coming up in just a few moments.
Cody Walton, A.J. Doolittle, and A.J. Royal. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, let's play ball.
Well, you heard the gentlemen. Let's get ready to go. We've got Umpqua Riverhawks baseball coming up for you here today. At Champion Car Wash Field, we've got overcast skies. Currently looking at 55 degrees in the Umpqua Basin. We do have the possibility of maybe a little bit of weather coming through, rain and maybe even a thunderstorm. Let's hope not, but it looks like those chances might be passing by here shortly. Taking a look at our starting lineup for the matchup, let's introduce you to the Clackamas Cougars, led by Coach Jim Hopple, 9th year with the Cougars. At the top of the order, it'll be left fielder Joey Giancola. The third baseman Kevin Sem will bat second, followed by shortstop Luke Kovac. The right fielder Sam Bayless batting cleanup, followed by Aaron Minchaka, the first baseman. William Goff, the catcher, will bat sixth. Riley Dubois is the DH, batting in the 7th spot. Hitting 8th is Jackson Poole, the center fielder. Donovan Crouch, the second baseman, will bat 9th. That is your lineup there for the Cougars as they will take the field against the Riverhawks. Taking a look at the defensive alignment for Umpqua here. Back behind the plate will be Jeremiah Robbins catching, Jackson Marble at first, Jackson Thompson at second, On the left side of the diamond, Aiden Metzger at third, Taylor Davis at short, and the outfield from left to right, Caden Coonert, Shiloh Wilson, and Noah Kiley. They'll look to support their starting pitcher out on the mound here in Game 1 of our Twin Bill. It's the big freshman right-hander out of Idaho, Bo Ramsey, 6-1 on the year, 47 2/3 innings worked. He's making his his ninth start of the season. He comes in with a 1.51 ERA, 34 strikeouts to 13 walks on the year. We go to the first inning, bottom of the first here. Joey Giancola, first pitch swinging away. He'll ground one to short, throw across by Davis, and there's one away as we get things started here in the top of the first.
Next batter, number 3, Kevin Sim.
That'll bring up Kevin Sim after the first out. First pitch of the game. Joey Giancola grounding out. Outside, ball 1 to get things started here for Kevin Sim. A little bit low, but it catches the bottom of the strike zone there, a 1-1 count. Ball is fouled away for strike 2 to Kevin Sim, the third baseman. Pitch low. A 2-2 count here to get things started against the 2-hitter in the lineup card. One away with nobody on. Line drive back up the middle, in for a base knock. First hit of the ball game will go to Kevin Sim. He gets his way on. And the Cougars will have a man aboard with one out, starting things here in the first inning. Brings up the 3-hitter, that is Luke Kovac. Kovac, the starting shortstop, right-handed batter, works against Ramsey, who works out of the stretch and fires in high and inside. One-0 pitch. Just a little bit elevated there. A 2-0 count to start things out here for Kovac. Strike across on the 2-0 pitch as Ramsey works his way back in. Bo Ramsey with his 47 2/3 innings. Six-1 record leading arm on this roster for the Riverhawks this season. He'll pick off over to first, not in time. There at first base, back in safely goes Sim. Ramsey with a 2-1 count against Luke Kovac, the shortstop. Catching the inside corner up underneath the elbows there. Kovac leaning over the inside corner of the plate, raising the arms up out of the way of the pitch, but it catches the corner, and Kovac taking a moment to soak that in. Wasn't really in agreement with the call. He goes to the inside corner again. It's ball popped up, foul territory, reaching up for it, a race to first base, and a double play to finish it off. At first base, Kevin Sim was racing to second. I think he was going on the pitch, a hit and run, and it ends up working out to be a double play as Sim had no chance to get back to first on the ball flown out in foul territory. Well, that's one way to get things started here for the Umpqua Riverhawks, as they will get a double play to get out of the top half of the first. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the starting lineup now for the Umpqua Riverhawks as we go to the bottom of the first inning. For the Riverhawks, led by Coach Jake Whistler. In his second season, the Riverhawks will have shortstop Taylor Davis leading off, followed by left fielder Caden Coonert. The second baseman Jackson Thompson will bat third, followed by the DH Trevor Ratliff. The catcher Jeremiah Robbins batting in the 5-hole. Jackson Marble hitting sixth, starting at first base. Noah Kiley, the right fielder, will bat seventh. At the center field position is Shiloh Wilson hitting 8th, and rounding out the starting 9 will be Aiden Metzger, the third baseman. That's a look at the starting lineup for the Umpqua Riverhawks at the plate. Looking at the defensive alignment for the Clackamas Cougars here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Behind the plate, William Goth catching. Aaron Minchaka at first. Donovan Crouch at second. On the left side of the diamond, Kevin Sem at third and Luke Kovac at short. Outfield from left to right, Joey Giancola, Jackson Poole, and Sam Bayless. They will look to support their starting pitcher on the bump for Clackamas here in Game 1, Blake DeBishop. He is making his 8th start of the season. He's 1-3 in 28 and 2/3 innings, a 5.97 ERA, 21 strikeouts to 22 walks, and his time on the mound for the Cougars. He'll look to try and see if he can keep this a scoreless game. Kind of a crazy finish there to the end of the first. A pop-up in foul territory. Caught by first baseman Jackson Marble. Kevin Sem was running on the pitch. He was at second when the ball was caught in foul territory. And Sem had no chance of getting back to the bag before getting doubled off. So it is scoreless, 3 up, and not a conventional 3 down for the Cougars in the top half of the first inning, but able to get through it cleanly is Bo Ramsey.
Number 1, Taylor Davis.
Ramsey gets through that first inning without giving up really any damage, just the 1 hit. Leading off will be Taylor Davis. The shortstop stands in, right-handed batter. Facing DeBishop. First pitch, fastball, catches the inside corner at the knees for strike 1. We are underway here in the bottom of the first. DeBishop working out of the stretch with nobody on base. His second pitch of the ball game, a breaking ball that misses inside. Well, this Cougars squad currently sitting at the bottom of the South Region standings. As a ball belted right side, it'll get down, racing to get in front of it. Right fielder Sam Bayless cuts it off. The relay throw back to the infield, not in time, out at second base. A leadoff double for Taylor Davis.
Next batter, number 10, Caden.
Davis will get in safely out at second. A nice swing on that one. Goes opposite field for the first hit in the game for the Riverhawks. Good to see his bat coming around after a hot start to the season. Need him to finish things on the positive side as well. A man out at second. Nobody out. Early scoring opportunity for the Riverhawks. And as expected, they'll go to a little bit of small ball trying to move the runner around. Caden Kunert showing a bunt. Takes outside for ball 1. Taylor Davis, one of the top hitters on this team, was batting .229 coming into today's contest, starting things off with the double to right field. DeBishop delivers a strike on the corner. 1-1 count to Caden Kunert. Kunert moving up in the lineup since the last time we saw the Riverhawks, batting second. He's hitting .298 on the season in 20 games. Shows the bunt again, puts it down, it goes to the mound, fielded by DeBishop, throws to first, covering at the bag was the second baseman Crouch. Up the third base will go Davis. Sack bunt for Kunert. And a man at third now for the Riverhawks with just the 1 out. They've got a perfect opportunity to try and jump on the lead here in the first inning. DeBishop. He's had a tough luck here, just a 1-3 record on the year. He delivers, the ball bounces away, and coming in to score will be Davis on the wild pitch. It's 1-0, the Umpqua Riverhawks in front. The Riverhawks get that run across, coming in to easily score. Davis, no problem. Almost trotted home. He was pretty confident he was going to be getting in. A 1-0 pitch now. That ball fouled away over the right side for strike 1 to Jackson Thompson. Always fun to see the team getting a chance to celebrate as they take the early lead. Davis coming in to score on that one. Ground ball up the middle. Back behind the bag at second. Across the diamond, Kovac will retire Thompson. 2 down. There's 2 away. Jackson Thompson grounded that one just up and over the side of the mound. Out at second base, Kovac behind the bag, the shortstop field, and had an easy toss across to first. 2 away, nobody on base. The cleanup hitter, Trevor Ratliff, will stand in. He takes Lone outside for ball 1. Trevor Ratliff coming into the matchup, batting .221 on the year, and he's kind of gotten a little bit of a power surge as of late. He's slugging .382. He's hit a couple of home runs in the last handful of games. Fouls one off to the on-deck circle, just past his teammate, Jeremiah Robbins, standing over there. He's hit 2 home runs. I want to say in like the last 6 games, he's had a couple. Only 3 home runs on the season for the Riverhawks, and he's got 2 of the 3. It's not too shabby. Pitch in front of the plate. Bounces in for DeBishop. Blake DeBishop, the sophomore right-hander, will deliver the 2-1. That ball into center field. Ranging towards the alley, having a read on it and making the catch. Jackson Poole's there. Ratliff gave it a ride, but it hangs up long enough for Poole to run underneath it. Here in the first inning, a run comes across for the Riverhawks. On 1 hit, there were no errors and nobody left on base. It's 1-0. The Umpqua Riverhawks take the lead in the first inning here on Riverhawks TV. Bo Ramsey now with a 1-0 lead to work with. He starts the second inning, falls behind 2-0 in the at-bat against Sam Bayless. Gets a strike across on the outside corner. Great to see folks chiming in. Thanks for the kind words there, Ben, as a ball fouled down the right field side for strike 2 to Sam Bayless, leading things off for the Cougars. We appreciate the kind words and that you're enjoying the broadcast. We're happy to be here bringing it to you and having fun doing so. And Genevieve, let's go, Riverhawks. 2-2 pitch. Just off the corner for Bo Ramsey. The count will go full against Bayless, who leads things off in the second. Ball 4 outside. Ramsey doesn't allow a lot of walks this season, but that'll be number 14 on the year, and it's a leadoff walk in the second. Leadoff walks always the bane of the existence of pitching coaches everywhere. 1 on. And nobody out here in the second as the game-tying run aboard for Clackamas. Showing a bunt, taking high and inside. 1-0 count to start for Aaron Menchaca. Got a good crowd here. A lot of chatter going on. Over to our left here in the booth, we've got a, looks like some middle schoolers in attendance. This is a strike across, 1-1 count. Was told that one of the assistant coaches, A.J. Doolittle, these are some students from his middle school. Showing the bunt. It goes down first base side, fielded, and tagging the bag will be Marble. That ball just down the foul line. The only play he had to make was at the bag on the sac bunt by Menchaca. That moves Bayless up to second base with one out. William Goff will stand in, the catcher for Clackamas. And he takes one right down the middle for a strike. So the double play opportunity, at least the automatic one out there on the infield, is no longer there with the sacrifice bunt moving a man into scoring position. Ground ball right side. It's another one sharply hit at first baseman Jackson Marble. He'll hold off Bo Ramsey, take it to the bag himself. Up to third base goes Bayless with two away. Jackson Marble over at first base. A busy half inning for him defensively, but he's been able to glove balls right at him and get a couple of force outs at first. Meanwhile, the runner, Bayless, has been moving all the way around after the leadoff walk. A strike taken to get things started. Umbrella out over behind first base dugout. Leads me to believe that it might be drizzling a bit out there. There's a pitch that just misses off the outside corner, 1-1 count. It's always kind of tough to tell for sure here in the booth. Swing and a miss for a strike. And Riley Dubois, the DH at the plate here, finds himself behind in a 1-2 count. He chops at a breaking ball. Defensive swing fielded by the pitcher, Bo Ramsey, and he's able to get it over to first base in time for the out. Everything on the infield there in the second inning, and a man left stranded at third base for the Cougars. No runs, no hits, no errors. The one man left aboard. We head to the bottom of the second. It is still 1-0. The Umpqua Riverhawks in front on Riverhawks TV.
For the Riverhawks to lead off the bottom of the second inning, catcher Jeremiah Robbins.
It'll be Jeremiah Robbins, Jackson Marble, and Noah Kiley that will lead things off for the Riverhawks here in the second, leading 1-0 here on Riverhawks TV. A very good afternoon to everybody. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. It's a warm day. It does seem as if there was any sort of precipitation, I think it's passed, and it was very minimal. The pitch low and outside, ball one. Still clouds overhead, though, and I think the threat of the possibility of maybe a few more raindrops throughout the rest of the afternoon is going to be persistent, but we may not see much. 1-0 pitch. Robbins will take at the belt buckle for a strike. 1-1 count. Well, Blake DeBishop on the mound for Clackamas. His last outing was against the Lane Titans, and it was not a great game for the Cougars, as Robbins will belt one in the air. It goes right side, not very deep coming in. The right fielder able to make the catch. Sam Bayless calling off Donovan Crouch, the second baseman, to make the play in right field.
The next batter,
one away.
Jackson Marble.
Brings up Jackson Marble, starting at first base, batting with 1 out, nobody on. Last outing for DeBishop, he lasted just 3 innings. He gave up 7 runs on 5 hits. He had 6 walks and just 1 strikeout. So far, no walks, no strikeouts. His ball fouled away by Marble. He's only given up the 1 hit, but a leadoff double in the first inning by Taylor Davis put a man in scoring position, and the Riverhawks were able to manufacture a run to take the 1-0 lead. 9-inning contest for us here as the 0-1 pitch catches the inside corner, and Marble finds himself behind 0-2. DeBishop out of the stretch with his 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Ooh, that one almost carried back to the inside corner enough for a strike 3 pitch. Out of the hand, it looked like it was going to land squarely on the shoulder of Jackson Marble. He took the defensive spin out of the way, and that ball almost cut back to that inside corner for strike 3. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball down low. First strikeout in the game for Blake DeBishop. And he's got 2 down.
Now batting right fielder, Noah.
His last outing just going 3 innings. That was his shortest appearance in a game since his first game of the season. It was the second game of the year for Clackamas, taking on Lower Columbia. A 6-4 loss for the Cougars. First pitch inside against the lefty, Noah Kiley. Against Lower Columbia, DeBishop only went 2 innings. Only gave up 2 runs and 1 earned on 3 hits. Had 4 walks and 3 strikeouts, but didn't last more than 2. As that pitch does come inside, and he will hit Kiley. Thought that might happen to Jackson Marble, the batter before, but a hit by pitch for Noah Kiley here puts a man on with 2 away. Riverhawks will have a runner on base for a second consecutive inning. And now it'll be up to Shiloh Wilson to see if he can keep things going. Riverhawks leading 1-0, trying to add to it. Wilson grounds one foul. Pulled that one down the first base side. The 0-1 pitch for Wilson is high. One count with 2 down. At first base, Noah Kiley after getting hit by a pitch. The 8-hitter Shiloh Wilson at the dish. Wilson will take a strike. Shiloh batting .242 on the year. He'd been at the top of the order through most of the games that I'd seen him at, but batting here in the 8th spot today as they shake some things up. A 1-2 pitch, bounces off the turf, heading for second base and able to make a smart decision on that one. Noah Kiley will get in without a throw. William Goth back behind the dish. Kept that ball in front of him, but he just couldn't ever collect it. It was rattling around between his ankles as he tried to find the baseball. Running into second base goes Kiley. He's in scoring position. A base knock could extend the lead. High and away on the 2-2 offering from DeBishop, and a full count now for Wilson. Bottom of the second inning here on an overcast spring day in the Umpqua Basin. Some kids getting a day out of the classroom and here at the ballpark. I'd take that every single day of the week and twice on Sunday if I could. 3-2 pitch, outside ball 4, and that's another walk for DeBishop here in the second.
Next batter, third baseman.
Actually, sorry, it's his first walk. It was Ramsey who had a walk here in this top of the second inning. So first walk issued by DeBishop. Runners at first and second. And Aiden Metzger will bat. I'd have to say, if I was a middle schooler and they told me, yeah, we got a field trip to go to watch some baseball, like, where do I sign up? It's a ball fouled away by the 9-hitter Aiden Metzger. Field trips alone are always great. You get a chance to get out of the classroom. You know you're not going to have to take notes and study and prepare for a test or an assignment or homework, and you're out in the fresh air doing something different. You love that. But going to a baseball game, I mean, what a day. And coming on a Wednesday, I mean, the rest of the week's got to be cake after that. Get to spend your Wednesday out at the ballpark. Not too shabby. Aiden Metzger in the 9 spot, trying to send it back to the top of the order. A 1-1 pitch from DeBishop. Fouls it away. Gets up and out of play over the right side. Not just a field trip as well. It's been a steady stream of youngsters making their way back from the concession stand. They must have some sort of deal going on here where they're all getting hamburgers for lunch. They're all making their way back to their seats. So you get a hamburger, get to watch some baseball out of the classroom. Just the perfect day. A 1-2 pitch. Outside. Great to see that I'm sure it's some sort of deal with the Umpqua Riverhawks, the baseball program, inviting these students to come along and enjoy today's game. It's a nice way to kind of help foster the love of the sport for some of the next generation of baseball fans. 2-2 pitch here for DeBishop. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And that will finish things off. The Riverhawks will leave a couple of men stranded on base. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning as it is a 1-0 ball game. The Umpqua Riverhawks in front of the visiting Clackamas Cougars here on Riverhawks TV. We go to the top of the 3rd. It's a 1-0 ball game. Lefty Jackson Poole will lead things off against Bo Ramsey, and he takes strike 1 to get things started here. Low and inside, 1-1 count. Clackamas coming off of a couple of losses on the road, at home against Lane on Saturday. His ball fouled away. Strike 2 against Poole. 8-9-1 hitters coming up here in the 3rd. Losing 7-2 and 5-3. Clackamas led in both of those games against Lane, but could not hang on to the lead as a 1-2 pitch, defensive swing fouled away to stay alive. So Clackamas able to get in front of Lane in both of their games on Saturday, just could not finish those off. As their strike 3, talk about finishing off. Some high cheddar there from Bo Ramsey. He gets his first strikeout in the ball game. Backwards K in your scorebook at home for Jackson Poole. He goes down looking for the first strikeout for the Cougars here today. 9-hitter Donovan Crouch, the second baseman, will take strike 1 to get things started. Crouch, along with his teammate Kevin Sem, both driving in, or they both scored runs in the first inning of Game 1, giving Clackamas a 2-1 lead against Lane back on Saturday. They were able to help get some runs on the board early, but could not hang on to it. A 3-pitch at-bat for Crouch. He goes down quickly for strike 2. The second out, and it was strike 3. Goes down swinging. Back-to-back punch-outs there for Bo Ramsey. And it's the top of the order. Joey Giancola up to bat. Out there cruising through this top half of the 3rd. A breaking ball called for a strike for Ramsey. This Umpqua team, their pitching staff has definitely been the strength of the program. As a pitch high, a 1-1 count. They come in with the third best ERA in the Northwest Athletic Conference at 2.86. They've got the third best whip, walks and hits per innings pitched, as the ball fouled away by Giancola. 1.16, so they're averaging one walk or one hit, pretty much just over one per inning. It's not too shabby there. Swing and a miss, strike three. How about that? Strike out the side for Bo Ramsey. Sets them all down in order. 1, 2, 3. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Cougars in the top of the third. We'll go to the home half when we return on Riverhawks TV. Heading to the bottom of the third, it's a 1-0 lead for the Riverhawks after a run in the first inning. They'll have the top of the order coming up to bat for a second time in this one. Taking on the Clackamas Cougars. On the mound, Blake DeBishop into his third inning of work. Last inning didn't give up a hit, but he walked one and hit a batter. Riverhawks had two runners on, but they came with two outs, and they were unable to capitalize on the opportunity. So Taylor Davis, a leadoff double down the right field side in the first inning. He leads things off for the Riverhawks once again. First pitch is high and inside for ball one. This Clackamas squad, they don't strike out very often, although 3 straight strikeouts there in the top half of the third for Bo Ramsey. So 1-0 pitch, back up the middle. That one went off the heel for DeBishop. It rolls to second. The throw to first, not in time. Beating out the throw after it kicked off the heel for DeBishop. It rolled to the second baseman, Crouch. He fields it and tries to get it to first in time, but just behind Davis, who beats out the throw, and we're going to get a visit out to the mound for the coaching staff for Clackamas to make sure their pitcher is all right. Kicked off his, I think it was off of his right heel. It kind of seemed like what he was shaking out there. So that would be the foot that he uses to push off of the rubber with. If that's exactly how that worked out. That's kind of what it looked like to me. But runner on at first, second hit in the game, and they've both been by Davis, who's at first. Up to bat now, Caden Coonert doing what he did last time, looking to try and sacrifice the runner over. Takes high and away for ball one on the first pitch. The 1-0 pitch. Coonert will take high and away. A 2-0 count. Blake DeBishop out of Westland, Oregon. Went to Westland High School. Last year had 12 appearances for the Cougars. Pickoff throw to first is not in time. 12 appearances last year, 3 games. He had a 2-1 record and 1 save in 26 1/3 inning. 4.10 ERA, 15 strikeouts, 19 walks. Right now he's got a 2-0 pitch, delivers. Kunert will bunt it foul. That one heading to the on-deck circle for the Cougars, and they're dug out on the third base side. Over the summer, DeBishop got a chance to pitch 1 game for the Portland Pickles. This Cougars squad, their coaching staff has some tie-ins there with the Pickles, so some of their guys getting those opportunities during the summer. Another bunt attempt, lay it down, back to the mound. DeBishop fields, throws to first base. They will retire Kunert at first. Up to second base goes Davis. Another sacrifice bunt for the 2-hitter. 1 away. A man in the scoring position once again for the Riverhawks.
Next batter, number 11, Jackson Thompson.
That'll bring up the 3-hitter, Jackson Thompson. Thompson a ground out to short. Fouls off the first pitch. It was a wild pitch that had Taylor Davis coming around to score in the first inning. He got on with the double. Sacrifice put him at third by Kunert. And then he scored on a wild pitch to Jackson Thompson. So nobody picked up the RBI in that first inning. As they pitch high and away, 1-1 count now for Thompson. Jackson Thompson batting .290 on the year. The 1-1 pitch, fouled into the netting behind home for strike 2. Comes in with 12 RBI on the season. That is tied for second most on the team. He's got a 1-2 count. Out at second base, Taylor Davis. Got good speed out there. Could score on a single. Low and outside, 2-2. Jackson Thompson, regular starter at second base, returning player for this Riverhawks squad. Did miss some time due to an injury this season, but he's been a regular in the lineup ever since. As a swing and a miss, couldn't get the tag. William Goth will throw down to first to retire him there. That's the third strikeout in the game for DeBishop.
Now batting designated hitter,
The strikeout will make it 2 away with a man still at second base. Trevor Ratliff will come up to bat. He's looking to try and do some damage. Let's see who is leading the Umpqua Riverhawks in RBIs this year. That's actually the man that's out at second base. Is a throw to the second baseman, who was not really covering at the bag at second. But on the mound, DeBishop needed somewhere to go with it and threw it out there towards the bag. Back in safely, easily, was Davis. Breaking ball missing low for a 1-0 count to start here for Ratliff, who's 0 for 1 in the game with a fly out to center field. So Taylor Davis, he actually leads the team with 15 RBIs. He's been in the leadoff spot pretty much all season long. Not too shabby for him to lead the team in RBIs out of that top spot in the order. Taking high, a 2-0 count for Ratliff. Meanwhile, Trevor Ratliff, who's at the dish right now, he's one of 3 players that come into today's action with 12 RBI on the year. Tied for second. A 2-0 delivery here to Bishop. Misses low, falls behind 3-0 against the cleanup hitter. Ratliff at the plate. Davis takes his lead out at second. Already a 1-0 lead for the Riverhawks. That came back in the first. Here in the bottom of the third, they're trying to add to it with 2 outs. The 3-0 hits the corner. Ratliff taking all the way. In the South region today, not a lot of games going on. Mount Hood at Southwestern Oregon for a doubleheader. They're scheduled to get started in about 20 minutes from now. That's the only other doubleheader on the books today for the South region. As a 2-out walk issued, DeBishop now has given up multiple walks in the ball game.
Jeremiah Robbins.
Runners at first and second with 2 away, and Jeremiah Robbins flew out to right field, leading things off in the home half of the second. He'll stand in for his second at-bat of the day. Some darker clouds hovering out in the distance, but so far it's been a relatively dry day here at the ballpark. Runners at first and second with 2 away. The 5-hitter at the plate. Robbins will take outside. A nice job behind the dish by Goff to scoop that one off the turf. Jeremiah Robbins comes in. He's batting .216 entering today's action. According to NorthwestBaseballStats.com, Jeremiah Robbins, based off of offensive WAR, wins above replacement. He is their leading hitter on this team as he takes low a 2-0 count. One of those advanced metrics in baseball. Wins above replacement, and I can't truly describe and tell you exactly what that means, but I know it's a thing, and Jeremiah Robbins leads the team with a 0.7 WAR, offensive WAR, this year. He grounds one towards second. Should be a playable grounder to Donovan Crouch to finish things off. He will retire Robbins at first. And the Riverhawks once again will leave a couple of men on base. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 men left aboard. We'll head to the 4th inning. It's still just a 1-0 lead for the Umpqua Riverhawks as we go to the top of the 4th here on Riverhawks TV. Kevin Sem will lead things off for the Cougars here as we begin the 4th inning. First pitch from Bo Ramsey goes to the backstop for ball 1. Ramsey has retired 6 consecutive after issuing a leadoff walk in the second. He was able to get 3 straight outs on ground balls to first. Well, 2 straight up to first and then a ground ball back to the mound. As he issues a 2-0 pitch to Sem, takes it for a strike. Then he had 3 straight strikeouts in the 3rd inning, striking out the side. So he's retired 6 straight. He battles his way back in after falling behind 2-0. And the at-bat to Sem. Outside, the count goes to 3-1. Kevin Sem, a single back up the middle in the 1st inning. Only hit in the ballgame so far for the Cougars. Ramsey, the big right-hander, delivers the 3-1 pitch in for a strike taken at the knees. Ramsey winds and fires. Ground ball, comebacker, and it's another single up the middle for Kevin Sem. He's got both hits in the ball game for the Cougars, and they've both been balls right back up the middle through the box for a single. Leadoff man aboard for the Cougars for a second time in the ball game. Sem at first. Luke Kovac will bat. He flew out to first baseman Jackson Marble in foul territory. Sem was running on the pitch, and so he was easily doubled off at the bag. As the first pitch high and inside, crashing from third was Aiden Metzger, expecting a sacrifice bunt attempt. Good thing Kovac didn't square around. He might have worn that one off the chest, or even worse, maybe off his chin. That pitch rode high and inside from Ramsey. 1-0 delivery here for Bo. Delivers over the plate for a strike. So I looked it up to give you the explanation of what WAR, wins above replacement, means. It is a comprehensive sabermetric statistic that estimates a player's total contribution to their team, measured by how many more wins they provide over a replacement. As they throw down to second base, out at second, Kevin Sem caught stealing. Great throw behind the plate by Jeremiah Robbins. Gets it out to second base in time for the tag. Clears the bases, and there's one out. It's a 2-1 count at the dish. Ball fouled away. 2-2 now for Kovac. So your value to your team measured by how many more wins you provide compared to a replacement level player. That is wins above replacement. There is your lesson on the day. Check swing. Did he go around? Home plate umpire will say yes, he did. That'll be strike 3. 2 away. That'll be the 4th strikeout in the game for Bo Ramsey. And up to bat will be the cleanup hitter, Sam Bayless, who walked in the 2nd. Stands in with nobody on base. First pitch in, a strike. So basically, it's just a measurement on how good you are and how important you are to your team's victories on a season. And when it comes to offensive wins above replacement, Jeremiah Robbins leading this UCC club, according to NorthwestBaseballStats.com, at 0.7. Luke Kovac, who just struck out, he's the top WAR player on the roster for the Cougars. Is a breaking ball outside and low. He's at 0.9, slightly ahead of where Jeremiah Robbins is. Bo Ramsey is the top pitcher based off of WAR for the Umpqua Riverhawks. That's why he has been the guy that gets the baseball quite often for this Riverhawks team, making his 9th start of the season. He's got a 2-2 pitch. It's a grounder, slow roller towards short, charging in. Davis, the throw on the run. It's low, but picked at first by Jackson Marble. And that will finish things off here in the 4th inning. A little defense, strikeout in there as well. And nothing comes across for the Cougars. No runs, the 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base with a runner caught stealing. We will go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 1-0. The Riverhawks in front on Riverhawks TV. Game one of today's 9-inning doubleheaders. We got a pair of 9-inning games for you here at Champion Car Wash Field between the Cougars and the Riverhawks. Jackson Marble up to bat, first pitch swinging, rolls one up the middle, just to the third base side of second base. The shortstop, Luke Kovac, ranging to get to that one. Jackson Marble goes down for the first out here in the home half of the fourth inning. One away, Noah Kiley hit by a pitch his first time up. The lefty will dig in. Takes a strike to get things started here. Well, the Umpqua Riverhawks, we told you they had 12 days off between their last game and today. They had their bye week, and they tried to be productive in the community with that extra time. There's a strike taken on the corner. They spent some time practicing with Little League teams here in the area. Saw some photos of that, gathering with some youngsters from around the Umpqua Basin. One of the activities they were up to while they did not have games to get ready for is an 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Down on strikes goes Kiley. That is the fourth strikeout for DeBishop. Shiloh Wilson, another lefty, will stand in. He walked in the second inning. Bats with 2 outs and nobody on. The Riverhawks also helping out at McLeod's Lavender Farm. Might be butchering the pronunciation of that one. There's a pitch outside, 1-0 count. But they've got the Lavender Farm there, run by some folks that run a nonprofit here in the area, as well as some veterans out there. So they helped out, doing some good in their community, doing some cleanup work out there. They also were able to help around campus out at UCC, helping out the facilities department, doing stuff on campus. And they got workouts in. You know, there's no downtime in a season. There's always workouts to be done, and they spent time out on the obstacle course at UCC, getting some workouts in out there during their downtime. Here in the fourth inning, no downtime there. A quick 1-2-3 inning as Shiloh Wilson will fly out to the shortstop, Luke Kovac. Yeah. Blake DeBishop having a good outing here. He's gotten through 4. He's allowed 2 hits and just the 1 run here in the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on board. Go to the top of the 5th here in game 1 of our Twin Bill on Riverhawks TV. Aaron Menchaca will lead things off, and he quickly gets to work as he will rifle one back up the middle past a diving attempt from Jackson Thompson out at second base. Menchaca, a sac bunt in his first at-bat here in the 5th. He leads things off with a sharply hit single out of the infield into right center. Third hit in the ball game for the Cougars. They get the leadoff man on base once again. Kevin Sem led off in the 4th inning with a single, but was caught stealing. Showing a bunt and fouling it off. Squared and did not give way. William Goth turned that pitch, came high and inside. Ramsey expecting that Goth was going to be squaring around to lay down a sacrifice bunt, so he tried to throw high and in. Goth hung in there, kept the barrel out there. And the ball just off the barrel, fouled back for strike 1. Now this one in the turf. Goth with a 1-1 count. Top of the 5th inning, moving our way through this one at a rapid pace so far. Just a 1-0 lead with the Riverhawks leading the game off a run in the bottom of the first inning to take the advantage. Creeping in at third, Metzger taking a strike. As Goff this time pulls the barrel back, and it goes by for strike two. William Goff on the season hitting 172 for the Cougars. Struck out 10 times, 6 walks for him. He'll take a breaking ball that's just a little upstairs. And he's got himself a 2-2 count. No extra base hits on the year for Goff. 10 singles in his 58 at-bats. The 2-2 pitch is low from Ramsey, a full count. Goff with a runner out at first. That's Menchaca. He gets around on an inside pitch. Picked up by Metzger. They go around the horn. Not going to get it there in time. Reaching to get to the ball. A little bit of a collision. Goff trying to make sure he didn't step all over Jackson Marble, who lays out for the ball at first base. But the Riverhawks cannot complete the double play. Just a hair behind on the throw, and the throw was a little offline, so I wasn't sure they were going to quite get it there anyways, but Marble keeps it from getting by. Goff on at first on the fielder's choice as they get Menchaca out at second. Check swing, did he go around? No. Riley DuBois, the DH, will start off with a 1-0 count. Metzger with a nice job there, ranging to get to a ball that pulled him pretty much in front of short. Taylor Davis, he cut it off, got it on a short hop. There's a pickoff throw to first, and more collisions over there between Goff and Marble. Metzger doing a good job to get to that. Got a nice throw to second base. And Thompson received there, but his throw, he pulled it just a bit. It was going to be, he just tried to get rid of it quick, and it was going to be just a hair behind Goff at first. A strike across on the outside corner, a 1-1 count for DuBois. He grounded back to the mound in his only at-bat so far. Riley DuBois out of Scappoose. Honorable mention All-State catcher for Scappoose High School. Fouls one into the net behind home. Class of 2025 there. Freshman 6'2", 215. DuBois batting .211, entering today's twin bill. The 1-2 pitch. He chops at a breaking ball. That's a foul ball. Just out of the box down the first base side. Count stays a ball and 2 strikes against the 7-hitter in the lineup for the Cougars. They've scattered 3 hits through this one so far, but they've only had 1 runner make his way past second, or make his way even to second base. 1-2 pitch, inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes out at first base. William Goff after a fielder's choice. Riverhawks getting the lead runner out at second after a leadoff single by Aaron Menchaca. The 2-2 fouled away. A 1-0 lead for the Riverhawks. They've had their fair share of tight ball games this year. They've played 11 games decided by 1 run. There's a 2-2 pitch, again fouled away by DuBois. That's where that strong pitching from the Riverhawks has come in handy. They have been able to, with their strong arms on the mound, they've been able to stay in front in a lot of close ball games. They're 7-4 in games decided by just 1 run. 2-2 pitch. Just off the corner with his breaking ball. That'll take the count full. Ramsey looking for the second out or a ground ball to try and turn 2. He fires in a fastball, strike him out, throw it down to second base, out at the bag. It is another double play to end off another inning for the Riverhawks. thrown out at second base. The runner taking off. Goff is cut down as at the plate, Dubois strikes out. And the Umpqua Riverhawks will finish things off here in the top half of the fifth inning with some more defense and another runner caught stealing. Come back with the bottom of the fifth. Riverhawks leading 1-0 here on Riverhawks TV. Aiden Metzger, Taylor Davis, and Caden Coonert. Three batters due up here in the fifth inning as the Umpqua Riverhawks clinging to a 1-0 lead against Blake DeBishop, who has been pitching well here today. Gets a first pitch strike across against Metzger. Metzger, a strikeout victim, back in the second. The 1-0. Breaking ball just inside. That pitch, a lot of movement when he's got it going. He could snap that ball off. DeBishop can really get some good movement on those breaking balls. That one just missing the inside corner, kind of curving around the plate for him there against the right-handed batter Metzger. The 2-0, Metzger fouls it away. It's actually 1-2. That's what I had. A ball and two strikes. 9-1-2. Up here in the fifth inning. Riverhawks defense has been helping the cause here today. It's Metzger, a check swing. Did he go around? And the call at first base is, couldn't hold up. Metzger strikes out on a check swing. Fifth punch out in the game for Blake DeBishop.
Now batting number one.
Brings up the top of the order, Taylor Davis batting with nobody aboard. Davis has been on base twice, 2 for 2 in the game. 3 hits in this one for Clackamas. A walk in there as well. They've had runners aboard in multiple innings and have only once gotten a man into scoring position. His first pitch bounces outside to Davis. You've had 2 runners caught stealing, a couple of double plays in this one as well. Riverhawks have done a good job of limiting what the runners can do once they've gotten on base. Ground ball to short. That one hoovered up out there by Kovac. He will send it across over to Menchaca for the second out.
Number 10, Caden Coonert.
With 2 down, it'll bring up the 2-hitter Caden Coonert, who has laid down a sacrifice bunt in both of his at-bats. With nobody on, he'll finally get a chance to swing away. Coonert on the season, batting .298 coming into today's action. That'll still be the case since he hasn't had an official at-bat. He takes a strike. Sacrifice bunts, not considered an at-bat for you, so it doesn't count against your average. The 0-1 pitch, he'll take high and away. Coonert actually had missed some time. He missed 5 games most of them against Lynn Benton and a couple against Chemeketa. Finally made his return in the final game in that Chemeketa series 12 days ago. Was 1 for 4 in that game. So he takes low and outside, 2-1 count, so I'm sure they're happy to have him back in the lineup. Doesn't have a hit here today. He's currently got a 4-game hit streak. He's been able to hit safely in 4 consecutive games for him. There is that large 5-game gap in there, though, when he did not play. 2-1 pitch. He's low and inside. He's got a 3-1 count. Right now, DeBishop has been a little tentative, delivering to Coonert here. A 3-1 pitch. That pitch is going to hit him. He's still going to have no official at-bats here today. He's had 3 plate appearances, 2 sacrifice bunts, and now a hit by pitch for Caden Coonert.
Now batting number 11, Jackson.
Second hit batter in the ball game for DeBishop. It was going to be ball 4 either way, so it was not going to count as an at-bat against Coonert. Apparently we got a lot of Jackson Thompson fans in the building as he digs in. He's a lot of noise, and it's going to deliver. Thompson comes through with a single to right field. Coonert is getting on his horse. He'll slide in head first to third base. It's runners on the corners with 2 out, as Jackson Thompson will have his first hit in the game. Sprays one to right field with 2 outs. Moving on contact, Coonert gets all the way around to third, and it is a first and third situation with 2 down. The youngsters in attendance sensing an opportunity to try and add to the lead. A 1-0 advantage for the Riverhawks here. They are batting in the bottom of the 5th in this 9-inning game. Trevor Ratliff will walk his last time up. He's 0 for 1 today. He takes outside. And a visit out to the mound. That gives me a second here. I was going to tell you that Caden Coonert, in his last 9 games, the last 9 games that he has played, he has had a hit in 8 of them. Hit 4 straight. Was hitless in a game against Southwestern Oregon, then had another. He's had a hit in his last 4 games. He's not had an official at-bat here today. I assume if he didn't, even if he, wonder how that works. If you don't actually get an at-bat, does that, but you played in a game and made 3 plate appearances, does that end your no-hit streak? I would assume it does. Or not your no-hit, but your hitting streak. I guess it would come to an end if you just never got an at-bat officially in a game. But so he's been hot. Coonert, though, reaching on a hit by pitch. He stands at third base right now with 2 down and runners on the corners. The pitch inside there from DeBishop after a lengthy meeting between the pitcher and the catcher. Goff back behind the plate. It's a 2-0 count to Trevor Ratliff. At the knees, taken for a strike. Ratliff letting that one go by. Trevor batting .221 on the year. He is hit safely in his last 2 games. Trying to come up with his first hit here today. Or find a way on base and let Jeremiah Robbins come up. Runner going. The ball lifted to left field. Well struck, but it's going to carry out to Joey Giancola in left field for the final out of the 5th inning. Riverhawks put a bit of a scare into the Cougars, but they cannot come through with anything here in the 5th. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. The Umpqua Riverhawks still hanging on to a 1-0 lead on Riverhawks TV. Bo Ramsey, first pitch of the 6th inning. Low and inside for ball 1 as he will start his 6th inning of work. He is wrapping up his 2nd time through the order against Clackamas. Ball fouled away by Jackson Poole, who will lead things off. 8-9 one-hitters coming up. Top of the order will bat for a 3rd time in the contest here in this 6th inning. The 1-1 pitch is low for Ramsey. 2 balls and a strike. Jackson Poole leading off, the freshman out of Portland, Ida B. Wells High School. Gets around on an inside pitch and pulls it into right field for the lefty. Poole, a strikeout looking his first time up. He'll come up with a base hit here. And again, the Cougars, well, both teams with 3 hits, but now 4 hits in the game for the Cougars. They have been, for the most part, out hitting the Riverhawks through this one. But they've not had much to show for it. No runs on the board, and only one man reaching scoring position as a pickoff throw to first base, not in time. The only runner to get into scoring position was Sam Bayless back in the 2nd. He reached on a walk. That's the only way that the Cougars have been able to get a man on base. He walked and ended up all the way at 3rd as a pitch high and inside. 1-0 count to start. If you're squaring around a bunt, Bo Ramsey's going to challenge you with one high and inside. He's going to give you some chin music. You got to stand in there. That would maybe give some guys a little bit of hesitation to try and do that. Donovan Crouch at the plate. The second baseman squares again. He'll take on the outside corner this time. Pulled it back and has a 1-1 count. Crouch again squares. Bunts one back to the backstop for strike 2. Crouch in the 9 spot. The freshman out of Sandy High School. Originally was committed to go to Eastern Oregon University. Ends up here with Clackamas instead. He'll be swinging away here with 2 strikes against him, presumably. The 1-2 swings away for strike 3. Second strikeout in the game for Donovan Crouch. That is strikeout number 6 for Bo Ramsey. There's 1 out, 1 on. Top of the order for a 3rd time. Joey Giancola, he's 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up against Ramsey. Pitch high and inside above the letters there. Joey Giancola, sophomore, playing for his hometown program there out of Clackamas, his home area. Clackamas not actually in Clackamas. I believe they're in Oregon City as a pickoff throw to first. Again, not in time. Clackamas County is I believe, the naming for the school, not the city. But Giancola out of Clackamas High School class of 2024. Fouls it back for strike 1. Last year played in 30 games, hit .210. 8 RBIs, 17 strikeouts, and 8 walks. In his freshman campaign for the Cougars here in his 2nd season. He's trying to see if he can do some damage. And with 1 out, try and see if he can move some runners around. Ramsey continues to be a little bit concerned about Jackson Poole at first. Poole continues to get a pretty decent lead. That ball fouled away for strike 2 by Giancola. Appreciate everybody taking some time to tune in and join us here on Riverhawks TV for the broadcast today. Great to see everybody chiming in and rooting on the Riverhawks. The 1-2 pitch lined out towards center field. Not very hard hit. It'll drop in front of Shiloh Wilson. The lefty gets it back in quickly. But for the first time in the ball game, the Cougars will have 2 men on base. And they'll have 2 hits in an inning. Neither team has ever, in this first game of the doubleheader, neither team has had 2 hits in the same inning. 5 hits total now for the Cougars. So first pitch misses inside, right about on the belt buckle to Kevin Sem. Sem has had a good day at the plate. The freshman out of South Salem High School He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, both right back up the middle. He'll go up the middle again. A flip to the bag. Thompson relay to first. There's a double play to get things over with here in the top of the 6th. Third time that an inning has ended on a double play for the Riverhawks. Kevin Sem grounds into the 6-4-3 twin killing. And that will do it for the Cougars. Davis to Thompson to Marble. And we head to the bottom of the 6th here on Riverhawks TV. Well, a double play wraps up the top of the 6th, and we go to the bottom half of the inning with the Riverhawks sending Jeremiah Robbins, Jackson Marble, and Noah Kiley to the plate against starting pitcher Blake DeBishop. Both pitchers going deep into this 9-inning contest. DeBishop, the right-hander, has allowed just 3 hits, and the 1 run came back in the first inning. A pitch low and outside to Robbins to start out for a 1-0 count. 3 double plays in this one for the Riverhawks to end an inning. One on a pop-up. They double off the runner at first who was running on the pitch, couldn't come back to tag up. Another one was a strike him out, throw him out double play, catching a runner stealing for the final out after a strikeout at the plate. And then you had your traditional double play, a little 6-4-3 around the horn out at second to finish things off here in the top half of this 6th inning. A 2-0 pitch is low and outside. 3-0 count for Robbins. Coming into today, the Clackamas Cougars had hit into 11 double plays. I think officially today you'd add 2 more. The strike him out, throw him out. You're not hitting into a double play there, so that I wouldn't think counts. But the other 2 I think would. So the ball 4 pitch came inside. Actually ends up hitting Jeremiah Robbins. So he doesn't draw a walk. He'll get hit by a pitch.
Number 21,
Third time here today that a runner has been on with a hit by pitch for the Riverhawks. They've also drawn 2 walks. Blake DeBishop, he's got 5 strikeouts, but he's put 5 runners on either by hit by pitch or a walk. And that does get some activity up and going in the bullpen for Clackamas. Showing a bunt. The pitch gets away. Up to second base will go Robbins. He turns and takes a look, but he'll hold out at second. Another wild pitch helping the Riverhawks move a runner around. It'll be a 1-0 count for Marble, who was looking to try and lay down a bunt, and I imagine he will be in a similar spot now with nobody out and a man at second. That's basically how the Riverhawks scored in the first. A double by Davis had a man in scoring position. Sack bunt got him to third, and he scored on a wild pitch to give the Riverhawks a 1-0 lead, and that's where we stand right now. 1-0 pitch to Marble. He shows the bunt again. Does get the barrel this time to just get the piece of the baseball. Fouls it off for strike 1. Warming up in the bullpen for Clackamas is Xavier Keeney out of Beaverton's Mountainside High School. The freshman out there throwing, the right-hander. 1-1. And a bunt laid down back to the mound. Fielded, the throw wide of the bag, but plenty of time to adjust over at first base Donovan Crouch steps on the bag, the second baseman covering on the sac bunt. There is one away up to third base when Jeremiah Robbins. Executing their small ball here once again for the Riverhawks, looking to manufacture a run. It'll be Noah Kiley with less than 2 outs, an opportunity to try and drive in another run and extend the lead for the Riverhawks. Takes a strike on the outside corner from the righty to the lefty. Kiley has reached on a hit by pitch and struck out. Noah Kiley with 5 RBI on the year. Pops one up left side. This could be trouble in no man's land. Reaching for it. Catch made. Breaking for home late. The throw to the plate will not be in time. In safely is Robbins. He hesitated before he ran home. The throw got there with a chance, but they can't cut him down at the plate. Robbins comes in. He tagged. Waited for that ball to get caught by the shortstop. Tags, advances, comes home, and it was not in time. He snuck his way in. As the throw bounced in, that forced Goff to kind of have to take a step back behind the plate. And so he had to lunge back forward to try and make the tag on Robbins. And he was able to get to the plate before the tag came down. So on the, I guess that'll go down as a sacrifice fly to the shortstop. You don't see that too often for Noah Kiley. He drives in a run. And the Riverhawks lead it 2-0 with 2 down. And nobody on base. Up to bat, Shiloh Wilson. He takes low for ball 1. Or make that 2-0, the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody on base. Wilson 0 for 1, a walk and a fly out to short. He takes a strike. So again, some small ball action. Oh. Now he's changing the count on us. It's a 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch. Wilson grounds it right side, ranging. Got the glove down in time, spins and throws to first. Donovan Crouch will make the play for the final out. Nice job ranging into the outfield to get to that baseball, spinning and making an accurate throw to first. Riverhawks put 1 run on the board here in the 6th inning. 1 run, no hits. There were no errors, and nobody left on base. Riverhawks doing what they can to edge out a 2-0 lead as we go to the 7th inning on Riverhawks TV.
First batter for the Cougars to lead off the top of
The Umpqua Riverhawks have scratched and clawed out a 2-0 lead over the Cougars here in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. 9-inning contest. We'll have another 9-inning game coming up after this one. Bo Ramsey on the mound into his 7th inning of work. He fires his first pitch in for strike 1. Ramsey leads the team with coming into today with 47 2/3 innings of work on the mound. He misses low and outside, a 1-1 count as he faces off against Luke Kovac for a 3rd time. Take a look-see here. It's Ramsey, a 1-1 pitch. Ooh, just misses. 2-1 count. He has thrown 7 innings exactly in 3 of his last 4 starts. As a ground ball, backhanded, up the middle, throw to first base. Plenty of time as Jackson Thompson will retire the first man. Kovac goes down on the ground out. He is 0 for 3 in the ballgame. Sam Bayless 0 for 1, a ground out to short his last time up after drawing a walk in his first at-bat in the second. Breaking ball from Ramsey is high for ball 1 to start things off here against Bayless. There is activity, a right-hander throwing in the bullpen. Pitch high and away. That is Tyler Miller that is getting loose for the Umpqua Riverhawks. Mentioned Ramsey, the longest he's gone in a game is 7 innings. He's gone 6 1/3 so far here today. As he misses outside, the count goes to 3-0, I do believe. Firing in the 3-0 strike. Ramsey will keep the at-bat going. So he needs 2 more outs to match his season high of 7 innings, which he has done a number of times. He gets a ball lifted in the air to right field. Pretty well struck going back. That one ranging and reaching for it. Did he come down with it? Yes, he did. Out in deep right field, Noah Kiley tracks it down. Full extension to reach up and grab that ball as it was coming down just shy of the warning track. And a heck of a job tracking that one down for the right fielder. Robs away an extra base hit from Sam Bayless, who thought he might have had that one over the head of Noah Kiley in right field. Now there's a 2-out single to left field by Aaron Menchaca. Menchaca will get on base for a second time. He is 2 for 2 in the ballgame. A couple of singles for him. Also had a sac bunt. He pulls one through the left side. So with 2 down, a man at first, and it'll be William Goth up to bat. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning, was caught stealing to end that inning on the strike him out, throw him out. With 2 down here, no double play needed for the Riverhawks to get through the top half of the 7th. A pitch high and inside to Goth, a 1-0 count. Ramsey with 6 strikeouts in this one here today. That ranks among some of his better performances. The 1-0. Soft liner back up the middle. Will get in for a base knock. Goth is aboard for a second time. A couple more hits here in the 7th for this Cougars club. 2 more hits here in the 7th inning. 7 hits total in the contest for the Cougars. They are out hitting the Riverhawks 7-3, but the Cougars trail 2-0. Ground ball tapper back to the mound, fielded by Ramsey. He will underhand it to Marble at first, and Bo Ramsey will get his way through the top half of the 7th. He's thrown 7 innings total for the Riverhawks, and he has his team out to a 2-0 advantage. Coming back for the bottom of the 7th here on Riverhawks TV. It's time to stretch here at Champion Car Wash Field. A 2-0 lead for the Umpqua Riverhawks as we start the bottom of the 7th. A new man on the mound for the Clackamas Cougars. Xavier Keeney will take over for Blake DeBishop. First pitch, a breaking ball hung over the plate. Sitting on it, Aiden Metzger drives it into left field. A grounder between short and third. And Metzger was 0 for 2 coming into the at-bat with a pair of strikeouts. First man, first pitch, and he drives one to left for a leadoff single. Just the 4th hit in the ballgame for the Riverhawks, who lead it 2-0. So man aboard against Keeney, and it goes back to the top of the order. Taylor Davis to bat. He is 2 for 3. The right-hander Keeney, pickoff throw to first. Back in safely goes Metzger. Keeney making his 9th appearance on the season. He's 0-1 in 15 1/3 innings of work. First pitch against Davis is another breaking ball in for a strike this time. 7.04 ERA, 6 strikeouts, 5 walks for Keeney this season. Xavier Keeney out of Beaverton, Mountainside, is a runner going, showing a bunt, throw down to second base, offline. That actually kicks off of the runner, and heading for third will go Metzger. He steals second. The throw hit off of him and trickled into the outfield, and so he makes his way to third base, ends up all the way around to third. At the plate, it's a 1-1 count for Taylor Davis. He had shown a sacrifice bunt, like he was trying to lay it down and move the runner up. Ended up taking the pitch high and didn't need to put the ball in play at all to get his runner into scoring position. The infield playing in as Davis will foul off the 1-1. Error on that play, allowing Metzger to get to third. Infield all in with nobody out and a man at third base. They want to try to cut the runner off at home if they can. A check swing, a pitch high and inside, pops out of the glove for Goth. He tracks it down. Blake DeBishop goes 6 innings. Really not that bad of an outing. He only gave up 3 hits, gives up 2 runs. He had 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 3 hit batters. He's on the hook for the loss if the score does not change in Clackamas' favor. 2-2 pitch, outside, gets away. Goth will get to it quickly. Holding at third base is Metzger. With nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Really not a need for Metzger, and with his team leading, it's not a huge need for him to try and put himself at risk to try and take home in that play. So he'll just hang out at third still. 3-2 pitch. It's driven out towards center field. This should be enough to drive in Metzger. He tags up as the catch made by Poole. The relay throw cut off on the infield. The run will come in on the sac fly by Taylor Davis. He picks up the RBI. 1 away here in the 7th, and the Riverhawks add an insurance run on top, 3-0 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting, number 10,
It'll be Caden Cooner. Looking to extend that hit streak. Currently sitting at 4 consecutive games. He has not had an official at-bat here today. 2 sacrifice bunts and a hit by pitch. He takes inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Grounder right side. Ranging to get to it. Flip to the bag. Menchaca gets it to Keeney covering at first. Cooner will go down. First time today he has been
next batter, number 11, Jackson Thompson.
A put out on the field that counts against him. A couple of sacrifice bunts in there that did not count against him earlier. Jackson Thompson had a single in the 5th inning. Felt like a rally was brewing at that point, but they ended up not getting anything out of that 5th inning. Runners on the corners were left stranded. Thompson will bat here with 2 out and nobody on, looking to start a rally. 1 run in so far here in the 7th for the Riverhawks. A 1-0 pitch from Keeney. Popped him up, out of play. Yes, that one ends up in the stands. Clackamas first baseman and catcher both giving a chase and watching intently enough that I wasn't sure if that truly was going to carry out a play. Sure looked like it should, but with how intently they were watching, I thought, well, maybe there's a chance it's coming back. A 1-1 pitch for Keeney. Is off speed. The umpire was thinking strike two. Thinking it was strike three. It's only strike two. So Thompson with a 1-2 count. High and away. Two. Nobody aboard. 2 down. Thompson at the plate. Sends one right side. That's in foul territory and will end up out of the stadium. Take a look at, here as we make our way through the day, we'll take a look at the South Region scoreboard today. We mentioned the only other action in the South Region. It is Mount Hood and Southwestern Oregon squaring off. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder towards short. Slow roller. Routine play there for Kovac. Gets it over to Menchaca at first. And that will wrap up things here in the bottom of the 7th. But the Riverhawks do add a run in this 7th inning. And they lead it 3-0 as we head to the top of the 8th inning here on Riverhawks TV. New man on the mound for the Umpqua Riverhawks as Bo Ramsey goes 7 innings and will exit with a 3-0 lead. Tyler Miller will take over in what would be a save situation if he closes out the game. He misses inside on his first pitch to the lefty Jackson Poole, who is 1 for 2 today, facing the new arm on the mound for the first time. The 1-0 from Miller. Missing upstairs. 2-0 count. Tyler Miller making his 8th appearance this year. He doesn't have a win or a loss. He's got 1 save on his record, 22 innings pitched, a 2.05 ERA. It's a soft liner towards short. Right in front of it is Taylor Davis. No problem getting to that ball. 1 away. Some soft contact there for Jackson Poole to get things started against Miller. Down to their final 5 outs for the Cougars. It'll be the 9-hitter Donovan Crouch, the second baseman, that will step into the box. Miller, 13 strikeouts, 4 walks in his relief appearances. He rifles in a strike at the knees. The fastball called for an 0-1 count. The 0-1 is poked to the right side. Jackson Thompson in front of it, over to Marble, and there's 2 away. Some weak contact on the infield so far for the Cougars against Miller, and he takes it to the top of the order. It'll be Joey Giancola up for a fourth time in the matchup. He is 1 for 3 so far.
Now batting, Joey Giancola.
First pitch, Giancola fouls it away. In the Northwest Athletic Conference, Bo Ramsey, there he is. So pitch misses, 1-1 count. Ramsey came into today ranked 8th in the conference in ERA at 151, but he throws 7 innings of shutout baseball. His ERA is going to be dropping on him. He will be moving up the leaderboard in that. As a pitch inside, down the third base side, foul. That pitch in on the hands to Giancola. The fact that he even got a piece of that is pretty impressive. That'll be strike 2. A 1-2 count with 2 outs and nobody on. So Bo Ramsey, he ranked 8th in the conference with an ERA with a 151. Not sure what it'll be after those 7 innings, but he is going to be looking pretty good. Ground ball, comebacker up the middle. It'll go to second base. Thompson, the throw on the run to first, right on target, and that'll get the Riverhawks through the top of the 8th inning pretty quickly. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Riverhawks leading 3-0, maybe looking for a few more insurance runs when we come back on Riverhawk TV. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning, Trevor Ratliff, Jeremiah Robbins, and Jackson Marble. Your 3 batters due up as the Riverhawks right now leading 3-0, trying to finish off a win in Game 1, stretch the Clackamas losing streak to 9 consecutive games if they can hang on to it here. Ratliff 0 for 2 today. He faces Xavier Keeney for the first time. The relief pitcher fires in a breaking ball for strike 1. Keeney giving up 1 run in the 7th inning in his first inning of work. The 0-1 pitch to Ratliff. Ground ball left side. In front of it, the shortstop Kovac. And retires Ratliff to get things started. So I did some math. It's not a strong suit, but I think we might have gotten it. Based off of the current ERAs coming into today, and I don't know how many of these other guys at the top of the leaderboard might be pitching today as well, if any of them. But I do believe that Bo Ramsey has lowered his ERA to 1.32. As the first pitch is low to Jeremiah Robbins. So a 1.32 ERA for Bo Ramsey. If that is correct, and if the leaderboard didn't change from where it sits right now, that would put him 3rd in the conference in ERA. As a pitch is high and inside, a 2-0 count for Robbins, who is 0 for 2 today. Reached on a hit by pitch in the 6th and scored a run. And he would be among some of the leaders in the conference in innings pitched as well. As Robbins, a line drive shot out of the reach of Kovac at short. It'll find the alley in left center. Robbins is going to try to make his way to second base. The throw off line, and he's in with a double. Jeremiah Robbins into second base. That'll be the second double in the ballgame for the Riverhawks. A one-out, two-bagger. A line drive just out of the reach of Kovac at short. He got up there. He needed to be about an inch taller to have a chance of getting to that one, and he might have had it. Then it got to the alley and just took off, and that allowed Robbins to get to second. A high chopper towards second base. Throw to first will get Marble. 2 away, and up to third base goes Jeremiah Robbins. And so you've got a man at third with 2 down, and Noah Kiley coming up to bat. Hit by a pitch, a sac fly to drive in a run, and a strikeout. It was Kiley that popped up to the shortstop in shallow left field. And tagging and scoring was Robbins back in the 6th inning, giving the Riverhawks a 2-0 lead at the time. 1-0 delivery here to the lefty Kiley. He takes high and away. So needless to say, I did all that math just to basically tell you that Bo Ramsey continues what has been a stellar freshman campaign for him. He's in line to pick up his 7th win of the season after 7 scoreless innings. A 2-0 pitch to Kiley. Swings through for strike 1. In the conference, only 2 players and only 2 pitchers in the Northwest Athletic Conference have 7 or more wins on the season already. Ball fouled away, strike 2. So Bo Ramsey, his freshman campaign here with the Umpqua Riverhawks, has been pretty good. The freshman out of Middleton, Idaho. 2-2. Off speed is elevated. Full count coming up for Kiley with a man at third. Ramsey was one of the arms that Coach Jake Whistler was excited about coming into this season, knew that he was going to be a guy they wanted to rely on heavily, and he has come through for him. 3-2 pitch to Kiley, and it's a swing and a miss. He'll go down with the strikeout. That's the first in the game for Xavier Keeney in relief. He gets through the 8th inning. No runs on the 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. We go to the 9th inning. It is a 3-0 lead for the Riverhawks. Tyler Miller tries to close it out when we return on Riverhawks TV.
First batter for the Cougars, number 3, Kevin Sim.
3 more outs to work with here for the Clackamas Cougars, trailing 3-0 in game 1 of our doubleheader. The first pitch from Tyler Miller catches the inside corner just above the knees for a strike to Kevin Sim, who leads things off. He is 2 for 3 in the game, but his last time up, grounded into a double play. That was against Bo Ramsey back in the 6th. First at bat against Miller, and Miller catches the top of the zone for a strike. He's ahead. No balls, 2 strikes so far. Miller's 0-2 pitch out of the windup is fouled. No, excuse me, down the right side. It's going to stay fair, and it's going to be the second baseman, Jackson Thompson, that'll get there to make the catch just in front of his teammate, Noah Kiley, who came in from right field. That'll retire Sem for the first out here in the ninth. Luke Kovac batting. This is the part of the order that you would assume the Cougars were excited to have up here in this crunch time moment. The heart of their order, 2, 3, 4 hitters. 1 retired so far in the first pitch, a strike against the 3-hitter, Luke Kovac, who is 0 for 3 in the game. Another pitch in for a strike and ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Miller did pitch against Clackamas in a 5-2 win. That was the first victory in the series for the Riverhawks. They're looking to try and get their 3rd win against the Cougars. That ball lifted to center field, came in a few steps, drifting back out to get to it. Shiloh Wilson is in the right spot. There's 2 away. Low fly ball by Kovac, just right at Wilson in center. So 2 down. It'll be on Sam Bayless to try and keep the game going. Back on March 11th against Clackamas, Tyler Miller went 3 innings. He allowed 2 hits, but no runs. He had 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. Looking to try and close out a 2-inning save here. He fires a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Ramsey in line to pick up his 7th win. Miller in line to pick up his 2nd save of the season. His first came against Clackamas. A ground ball left side, and it's not done yet. A base hit through the left side of the infield for Sam Bayless. He'll get his first hit in the contest. And we are not done just yet. That is the 8th hit in this game. 8 hits for Clackamas, just 5 for Umpqua. Riverhawks have not had more than 1 hit in an inning in this ball game. But they've found a way to manufacture some runs. With 2 down, it'll be Aaron Menchaca to bat, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. Tyler Miller so far has been attacking the zone. I think every batter so far this inning has had a first pitch strike. Miller out of the stretch with a man at first. The 0-1 pitch. Over the plate at the top of the zone, taken for strike 2. And Menchaca down to his final strike as the Cougars are down to their final out. Trying to close out game 1, Tyler Miller with the 0-2 pitch. Man at first and 2 away. He kicks and fires. Strike 3. Menchaca takes it on the inside corner, and that will finish things off for the Umpqua Riverhawks here in game 1. A strikeout by Miller closes out the ball game. No runs on the 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base for the Cougars in the top of the 9th. And the Riverhawks will improve to 20-11 on the season. They are 16-9 now in South Region play. A 9-inning shutout for the Riverhawks as they get the victory here on top of the Clackamas Cougars in game 1. Final score 3-0. Taking a look at how this one played out for us here in today's contest. Taking a look at the numbers first and foremost. For Clackamas, no runs on 8 hits. They commit 1 error and end up leaving 5 runners on base. For the Umpqua Riverhawks, they have 3 runs on 5 hits. They do not commit an error. And the Riverhawks leave 7 men on base. They had more opportunities to score, but could not come through with it. Getting the win will be Bo Ramsey. Ramsey going 7 innings. A quality start for him there, and he improves to 7-1 on the year. Taking the loss is going to be Blake DeBishop. DeBishop now will go to 1-4 on the season. And then picking up the save will be Tyler Miller. And Miller will get his second save of the season. Miller pitching 2 innings to finish it out. Came in the 8th inning after the Riverhawks had gone out to a 3-0 lead. But he is the finishing pitcher, not the winning pitcher. He pitched at least a third of an inning, and he enters with a lead of no more than 3 runs. So that will qualify for the save. Ramsey, 7 innings, no runs on 7 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. One of his better performances on the year, and there's been a lot of them. Miller, 2 innings, allows 1 hit, but no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout as he picks up the save. DeBishop, 6 innings, he allows 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 3 hit batters. Really not a bad outing for him. He just did not get any run support. Xavier Keeney ends up coming in the 7th inning. He pitches the final 2 innings for the Cougars. He ends up giving up 2 hits, 1 run. He did not walk anybody, and he finishes with 1 strikeout. The Cougars will fall to 7-21 on the year. They are now 6-19 in South Region play. They've lost 9 consecutive games. Looking at the offense for the Cougars, they had 8 hits in this one. Joey Gincola goes 1 for 4. Kevin Sem was 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. Luke Kovac goes 0 for 4. Sam Bayless was 1 for 3 with a single in his final at-bat. Also had a walk. He had the only walk in the game for the Cougars. Aaron Menchaca was 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Did strike out. Also had a sac bunt. William Goff was 1 for 3 with a single in his last at-bat. Reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice. Riley DuBois was 0 for 3. Jackson Poole goes 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a single. Donovan Crouch in the 9 spot goes 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. For the Umpqua Riverhawks, Taylor Davis goes 2 for 3 in the game with a double, a single. Also had a sac fly to drive in a run. He also scored a run, the first run of the game for the Riverhawks. Caden Kunert goes 0 for 1. His hit streak will come to an end, but he had 2 sac bunts, also hit by a pitch. Then his one time that he actually put the ball in play, he grounded out to the first baseman. Jackson Thompson goes 1 for 4 with a single. Trevor Ratliff was 0 for 3 with a walk. Jeremiah Robbins goes 1 for 3 with a double. He got on with a hit by pitch and scored a run. Jackson Marble was 0 for 3, a sac bunt in there. Noah Kiley was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He also was hit by a pitch and had a sac fly to drive in a run. Shiloh Wilson goes 0 for 2 with a walk. And Aiden Metzger was 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, but he got on with a single and ended up scoring the 3rd run of the game for the Riverhawks. It was 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th for the Riverhawks as they get a 3-0 victory on top of Clackamas here in the first game of today's Twin Bill. We'll have another 9-inning contest coming up for us here in just a little while, probably about 20 minutes or so from now. We will get back to it here at Champion Car Wash Field. Umpqua Riverhawks get what they needed as they try to stay in the chase for the South Region crown and keep their hopes of the possibility of hosting a super regional here if they don't win the conference or win the region. Second place team in the region gets to host a super regional, with the winner of that super regional moving on to the conference tournament. First place team goes automatically into the conference tournament, so a lot riding on the line to finish first or second. If you're a third or fourth, you got to go on the road to a super regional somewhere else. So a lot on the line with that seeding in the South region for the Umpqua Riverhawks, and they are hoping that they can be at the top of the standings when it's all said and done. And today, a big win for them against the Cougars to try and make that happen. Game 2 will be coming up here in a little bit. Folks, thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in and joining us here on Riverhawks TV. Thanks to Athletic Director Craig Jackson, Head Coach Jacob Whistler, and to the entire baseball program here at Umpqua Community College for allowing me to bring you Riverhawks baseball here today. I want to say thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. We'll have Game 2 coming up in just a little bit. We'll get the starting lineups ready for you, and we'll have it for you here on Riverhawks TV. So stay tuned. We'll start a new broadcast in just a little bit. Have a great afternoon, everybody. I'm Joey Keeran.